Investigators are searching for a motive behind a deadly shooting at a shopping mall just outside Indianapolis.
Several calls from Johnson County, possibly active shooter.
Authorities say a man opened fire at the Greenwood Park Mall, killing at least 3 people and injuring 2 others, including a 12-year-old girl. According to police, an armed bystander shot and killed the gunman.
I can't believe it actually happened. This is like 1 in a million. It actually finally happened. We finally got the good guy with the gun. Now this example can be used to fuel the next 3 decades of ignoring actual, like, good policy. Excellent. Phenomenal. You guys, do you want to know what has signified my political growth more than anything? Like all young men, when I was like in high school and stuff, I would occasionally fantasize about like epically stopping a school shooting. If you didn't have those fantasies, it's okay. You're probably trans. Yeah, like obviously, like, oh, there'd be like a shooter, and then I'd do like a triple backflip, and then like, you know, it's a whole thing. Everyone knows, yeah. And it's so cool, you know. Now the main thing that's changed now that I'm 28 years old and have been out of high school for 11 years is that I still occasionally get brief flashes of, oh, dude, I could totally. But then my mind immediately goes to, and then I would have to spend the rest of my life explaining to the press that Good Samaritans with a gun are not an acceptable policy solution to mass shootings. That's actually where my thoughts go now. I thought, like, okay, well, if I could totally use my epic gun marksmanship to save the day. And then I think, like, okay, wait, hold on. I don't want to, like, embolden conservative policy here. I have to explain to the media people that this is, like, a total fluke. And my mind spends way more time thinking about that now than it does about the original juvenile fantasies, so. But then your mind immediately goes to the fact that you don't leave the house and won't be faced with a shooting case. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, you know, these are all the fantasies flitting through my mind as I go through my once a month escapade out to get groceries. It's, you know, not exactly a frequent. What are the utilitarian calculations on whether you should let the people die and not save them? Yeah, I'm gonna rule in favor of, if you can be the good guy with the gun, you should totally do it, even if you might end up giving conservatives a rock hard stiffy. You might want to just go ahead and do it anyway. Not to mention, you get to be like a community hero for literally the rest of your life. Like, people will be saying that shit at your funeral, you know? Like, hey, remember when Pop Pop was at the mall and he fucking dropped that guy? Yeah, like, people are going to be talking about that forever, you know? So you might, yeah, that's probably cool, right? Get laid, you know?
That a good Samaritan that was armed observed the
nice
shooting in progress and shot
True,
the
Vermin.
Shooter.
The rampage happened just around 6 p.m. Sunday when authorities received multiple calls reporting shots fired. Police say a man entered the food court with a long gun and began his attack.
It appears that he had a rifle with several magazines of ammunition, entered the food court and began...
All right, I'm calling it. You enter a mall with a rifle and multiple magazines, and you only kill 3 people? Fucking loser. Absolute loser. Imagine being a mass shooter, which sends you to the deepest pit of hell, and then also sucking at it. So you get to hell, where all the other mass shooters are, and then all the other ones are like, dude, you know? The fucking Vegas shooting guy is down there, like, roasting the shit out of like everyone else who makes their way down there. It's like him and the Columbine kids are just like bullying everyone else. Fucking losers. Jesus Christ. No one goes to malls anymore. Maybe late stage capitalism is saving lives here, you know? Maybe the policy solution to mass shootings at malls is just that nobody goes to malls anymore. So many people were at the mall that day. Kill everyone in the mall except for that one. What they're not telling you is that he was wandering this giant empty cathedral to capitalism for like 46 minutes. There was like one person in Hot Topic and one person buying an Ann's pretzel. And then like the third person was like in the parking lot. And the fourth guy was the one who killed him. God damn it. Yo, those pretzel nuggets rock. Yeah, I have to say, I don't know why they're so, like, ignored culturally, but, soft pretzels are the food of the gods. I don't know. I feel like people don't really talk about that enough, you know? Like, churros are amazing, but people will talk about that, right? Like, people will be like, yeah, I love churros, but I don't feel like people talk enough about, what the fuck is a soft pretzel? Oh, you are missing out. Oh, God, there are people in chat who haven't had soft pretzels? Are you, like, European? Do Europeans not eat soft pretzels? Where in the world do they not have soft pretzels? Well, yeah, Germans have to. Yeah, of course. They're literally like Germany. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, wait, where are you guys? Okay, well, they're really good, and you should have them. Okay. What does the soft mean? Usually when people buy pretzels nowadays, they're like dry and hard. And they're like basically non-perishable. Like they're in like chip bags and stuff. Soft pretzels are like baked goods, as in like they're only good for a little bit, but they're very, very, very good. Pretzel bread is very good in general. Yeah. Okay.
And shooting.
The sound of gunshots erupting inside the mall.
All of a sudden, we just hear a pop, pop, pop 4 times.
Stunning shoppers like Olivia Harding, who says she was inside an Old Navy close by.
I would say about 30 to 40 people back there with us.
Holy shit.
They locked the doors.
There have been more than 349 mass shootings in the United States this year, according to data from the Gun Violence Archive.
USA.
Among the cities scarred, Buffalo, Uvalde, and Highland Park. President Biden earlier this summer signed new gun reform legislation aimed at curbing the violence. Meanwhile, in Indiana, police aren't releasing the so-called Good Samaritan's name, but saying the 22-year-old man was key in
Holy shit, dude. He's 22? Oh, God. He's going to be jerking off to those memories for the rest of his life. He's got, like, every chick he ever meets. Holy fuck. I was thinking, like, some pensioner or something. This guy's gonna spend the rest of his life talking about this. Hopefully he handles it well. Yeah, I hope so, too. Because, like, what he did was morally good, right? Like, I hope he isn't, like, tormented by guilt or whatever the fuck. That would be a pretty, like, natural psychological reaction, but obviously in the hierarchy of justifications for shooting somebody, interrupting a person's mass shooting is a pretty fucking good one. It might actually be the best one. I'm actually struggling to think right now, in what instances are killing a person more justified than stopping a mass shooting? You would have to be some, like, very outlandish, like, the evil man with the mustache is going to press the nuke button or something. Like, I mean, it's very far out there. Cinnabon reward tier. He's gonna get discounts at Old Navy for the rest of us. Oh god, they probably are gonna do that, aren't they? If his name ever gets out, they're gonna like bring him around the mall and they're gonna be like, from now on, your first refill at the lemonade parlor is free. America.
stopping Sunday's attack.
And we are expecting more details in the coming days, including the name potentially of the shooter as well as the victims. At the same time, overnight, the mayor of Greenwood, Indiana, extending his thanks to that also unnamed Good Samaritan, adding in a statement, this person saved lives.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, jokes aside, obviously, like, getting to stop a mass shooting is pretty fucking dope. You think he was a conservative? Well, there's no guarantee, but if you're concealed carrying in a mall, you're probably a conservative, just, like, statistically speaking.
Up yours, woke moralists.
Simon Malls has a no firearms rule, so the Good Samaritan could be charged for unauthorized carrying a firearm. Oh yeah, I was I was wondering that. Like, are you even allowed to bring a concealed carry weapon into like most malls? I don't know if that's true. No, you can. Depends on the state. Yeah, I've never tried. Yeah. What about the shooter? We don't know anything about the shooter. Do we have a manifesto? This is just a guess on my part, but a shooting at a mall seems to me like a relatively unlikely type of thing to produce a manifesto. Because malls are very undifferentiated in like the people that you're going to shoot, right? Like, usually the kind of shooters who release manifestos have like deliberate targets. And yeah, maybe it's like an anti-capitalist thing. I doubt it though. But yeah, you know, usually it's something a little bit more targeted, like a mosque or like You know, the Buffalo, like he traveled all that way to go to like the black area for the grocery store. Schools. Should we check the demographics of the area around the mall? Well, they said Indiana, and I had my eyes open during the news broadcast, so I'm going to guess most of the people there were probably white. Just a guess of mine. Yeah, I don't know. My guess is that this is just some crazy brain shit. I don't think there's going to be a manifesto from this. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading this news brief right here. Shooter's dead. Shooter's dead as hell. Right to hell. As hell to hell. How long was he shooting before he got dropped? Okay, apparently our Good Samaritan, like, fired, like, right after. So cops wouldn't have even had a chance to get there. This was, like, a pretty immediate thing. I guess that's, like, the ideal America, right? The ideal America is that you can be eating, like, you can be eating a Cinnabon at any mall in America, and there's a 50% chance that a mass shooting will start while you're eating the Cinnabon, but it will be ended immediately by 17 dudes with concealed carries who will vaporize the airspace around the mass shooter immediately. It's like the platonic ideal of America, yeah. That's what freedom feels like. Bosch, from my understanding, mass shootings stopped by us normies are usually very quick. Yeah, well, that's the crazy thing, right? Like, this is the contrast. When cops are trying to stop a shooting, they get to park outside of the area that's being shot up, wait for an hour, assemble 4,000 of their compatriots, and then take take the building like hallway by hallway. But if you're actually like there as a civilian, like you're gonna get shot. So there's no reason for you to not shoot first, right? At the end of the day, like cops always prioritize their own lives first. And there are Americans crazy enough, like in a mass shooting situation, to actually be like heroes. It's not a reliable process, though. We're talking about a very unreliable. It's not something I'd put much trust in. Yeah. For cops, the entire mall would have been killed before the cops got in. Unironically, I really wonder if there was no Good Samaritan there. I wonder how long it would have taken the cops to like breach and get and kill the civilian. To be fair, cops have protocols. A lone civilian doesn't. I know cops have like protocols and stuff, but I feel like if there's a mass shooting in a building, the one protocol should be like charge, basically. You know, like obviously don't be stupid, but if you're like, I feel like cops should be like hauling ass when it comes to stopping a shooting thing, you know, like and sanitizer protocol. Except more people with a gun means more people getting in fight change. Oh no, I'm not endorsing good guy with a gun policy solutions here. The idea of relying on like Good Samaritans to prevent mass shootings is insane, okay? You guys remember the shooting in the movie theater with the Joker, that thing? Like, I want you to imagine, like, a fucking crazy dude gets up with a gun and starts shooting people. And then, like, a second guy gets up and starts shooting the first guy. But from everyone else's perspective, there's now just two people shooting. What if there's a third guy there who has a gun? Which one does that guy shoot at? This is a real question, by the way. If you have an initial shooting, and then a second person gets up to defend everyone, from a third person's perspective, you only have two shooters. Like, stuff like this happens. This is what happened with Rittenhouse, no? Yeah, basically. Like, on a fundamental level, yeah, it's the ambiguity caused by, like, what is legitimate self-defense and what is, like, the initial threat. Because it's not possible to assess that in the initial, like, situation on the ground. It's really, really difficult to do that. Not to mention, like, especially in crowded situations or whatever, can you imagine if you're concealed carrying as a civilian and there's a mass shooting and then you fucking whip out your gun and you shoot another civilian? I mean, shooting isn't easy, and most people aren't combat trained. It's not exactly hard to... Like, a person quick drawing on a target 10 yards away while running, most people are going to miss that, even with a decent amount of marksmanship training. Like, make that 20, 30 yards, and like there's a real threat to your life, that's incredibly difficult to make, you know? It's not a reliable process. Good marksmanship is like a pretty rare skill, you know? Like, it's pretty easy to get okay at shooting, and it's incredibly difficult to get good at shooting. Especially when it comes to like combat training or whatever. That's why a lot of the shit, like, if you go to one of those like combat training courses that they have at gun ranges, or if you know somebody who's been through the military, the difficult part of marksmanship training isn't the actual process of being able to aim your gun at a target and pull the trigger and make the bullet happen in the middle of the target. The hard part is all the shit around it, right? Like quick draw, quick reload, do this, do that, get on the ground, roll, jump, do, you know, someone screaming at you, woo yee, woo woo woo. You know, a lot of combat. You could see this. You guys probably saw this for the Keanu Reeves John Wick training. That's where you guys probably saw it. Do you remember? There was a video of him training for like the motions of looking like a shooty badass, and he was doing gun training, and he was like running through this little hallway, like quick drawing to fire. You know, for the Let me see if I can find that really quick. I remember this video. Yeah, I remember people reacting to it way back when. Is this, I think this is it, yeah. Like, or like, this is basically what I'm talking about, I think. Like these combat training things that they'll have you do if you pay for it, or like, if you go into the military or whatever. It's like, not just shooting, you have to like run and like blah blah. I mean, this is just movie training, but like the basic gist is that a lot of the difficult stuff around gun management isn't the shooting itself, it's the... I remember there being like a different camera angle, like a more extreme one. I don't know. Audio? I turned it down because the audio is not important to me. Yeah. Military tactical training is based around overall with fire rather than individual marksmanship, precisely because being a good shot. Well, most of the time, if you're firing at somebody in the military, they're like 5 trillion miles away, right? And a bunch of the bullets that you fire are just about like vaguely peppering the area so that they don't get confident enough to start taking accurate shots themselves. Basically, like, most shooting done on both sides is just meant to scare the other side out of standing still long enough to line up a good shot. They're basically, but like both sides are basically just trying to prevent the other one from setting up the dedicated marksman shot. I think every U.S. squad has a dedicated marksman, and they're like the guy who's good at shooting, and they're usually the people I think who actually try to kill with their shots rather than just suppress people. I believe it's called posturing. I think the military term is actually called shot mogging, where you try to mog the opposition, the Taliban or whatever, with your suppressive fire. Holy fuck, coffee is so good, dude. Turning into a caffeine addict. Wait, is that actually what it's called? Yeah, shot mogging. Like, if you go up to your sergeant after an engagement, you're like, I mogged the fuck out of those ISIS jihadis with my shots. You'll get a medal. Voosh, you drank coffee so late last stream? Drinking coffee late doesn't keep me up. Most engagements take place between 50 meters and 150 meters apart. That's so fucking wild, dude. Most people are not going to be landing shots at 150 meters while moving and, like, trying to take cover and stuff. Like, if you have a decent scope, from 150 meters, I feel like even a semi-competent marksman could reliably kill people at that distance if nobody else is shooting at you, right? Like, if you have one of those fancy scopes that they hand out to all the fine folks in our armed forces, you know, you have like a windowsill to lean your gun against, you know, you take a second. I feel like most people could probably, you know, those scopes are good, man. The issue is that you're getting shot at, so you don't have like 3 minutes to line that up. No, I didn't, Vermin. I was just saying this coffee is good. Alliance shots at that distance unsupported pretty. Yeah, well, do it while people are shooting at you. You goddamn. Here's a version that shows more of the shooting that Keanu does. Wait, I think this might have been the video that I was thinking of. Is this the video I was thinking of? Oh wait, okay, this is just a whole goddamn movie. Holy shit. Okay, this might have been a segment from the thing I was thinking of. I never saw any John Wick. Just don't flinch, Lamau. Just don't flinch, Lamau. A guy pulled a gun on 2 women because they didn't thank him for holding the door open for him. What a goddamn Giga Chad, dude. Whatever happened to the good women, you know? This guy's out here defending traditional morals, and you're gonna judge him? Police arrested a New Haven man after they say he was reported to have drawn a gun Saturday over 2 women not thanking him for holding a door open for them. Dude, this is so fucked up. This guy right here had the pussy in the bag. And then these bitches don't even thank him for opening the door? Honestly. Please, God, chat, don't be the chat that makes me have to clarify I'm joking. Witness reported that the suspect was upset that 2 women did not say thank you to him for holding a door open for them. Jesus Christ. How would you vocalize /S? I never will. I gotta keep you guys guessing. People say that it's hard to tell when I'm joking. I don't think that's true, but if people think that's true, I guess it's not really my call to make. Alright. Women, am I right? Yeah, seriously. God. You have to imagine that this guy opened the door for them in the weirdest way imaginable, right? Anyone who would fucking draw on somebody over that, like, they have to be just holistically insane. Like, they're not selectively insane. They have to be holistically insane, you know? Like, dude, like, these 2 women were at the door, and this fucker charges through both of them, grabs the door handle so hard that his knuckles go white, rips the door open, and when he turns around to present the open door to them, he's already, like, got his hand in his pants to jerk off. And the two women just, like, while keeping the maximum possible distance from this guy, like, bolt into the building, and without hearing the thank you, he draws and starts blind firing into the bank or whatever. Yeah, this is what makes men go MGTOW, yeah.